Hi all and welcome. I'm Kristen with Unstoppable Outside, and this week I'm taking you along as I explore the Channel Islands National Park. If you tuned in last week, you know that I had to do a lot of coordination to get out here. It took a lot of back and forth between reserving campsites, reserving boats to get out to the islands, and then coordinating logistics for flights, trains, and lodging. But I've made it, and I'm going to be exploring Santa Cruz and Santa Rosa Islands and hoping I don't get stranded at the end with weather coming in. So stay tuned to see what happens. All right, we have arrived. Got my water, got my fuel, repacked, and I'm going to take a more adventurous route to the campground. It normally would be about 3.5 miles, but I've planned out a more 6 to 7 mile route. A little bit more vert, still under 2,000 feet to get to the campsite. I should be able to look down into the Nature Conservancy that owns the other half of the island. And the weather is amazing. And I am excited. Channel Islands National Park, Santa Cruz Island, Prisoner Harbor. Let's do this. So, the nice thing about this route is it's going to be more scenic. We're going to take a longer way, be able to see down into the Nature Conservancy, and scale a few more views along the way. Bad news is it is all Navy Road. So not a very exciting track. I didn't quite realize that when I put together the route. There's just some things that you just find out when you get here, but that's okay. At least it'll be nice and wide. I don't have to worry about ticks right now. Not walking through the brush. So there's some bonuses to this as well. We're going to take the Navy Road a little further. Take a little bit more of a scenic route to get to the campground and see what else the island has to show us. Not gonna lie, it is hot. It had said 70s, but then when I looked again, it said like even 80s. There's no breeze. It is very warm. We've reached the edge of where the Nature Conservancy property begins. So it's private land. You have to sign a waiver to hike in that area. We're not going to do it. We're going to keep going around and make a loop back to the Del Norte campground. But yeah, still cool to know about. Just hit the trail that will go back down to Del Norte, but I'm gonna do a little out and back to a viewpoint up here. I reached my turnaround point and I was hoping to have a slightly better viewpoint, but I'd have to go into the scrub brush to get to the top of this point. So we're gonna go find Del Norte Backcountry Campsite number 2 and get set up. Looks like we're just above the fog, but I can feel a little bit of that cooler updraft, and oh my god, it is such a relief. So hopefully we get a little bit of that, but not full immersion, so that it's not so cold tonight. Trees have moss. It looks really cool. Draping. Okay, here's the campsite, I guess. Looks like we've got a porta potty. Yay. It's nice. Drying out my clothes on the branches. Sun's setting though, so don't think they're gonna be fully dry. Better than up. Got my camp set up. And then they have fox boxes, so you put all of your food in here. Keep the foxes out. Well, I saw the foxes. That was really cool. And snuggled in for the night. It's already really dark. I'm just going to read my book for a while and fall asleep. But we're going to hike across the island back over to Scorpion Cove tomorrow. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's about 6:20. And slept pretty good. Slept hard. There were these crickets and they were just chirping, but it was like good white noise. Alright, time to make coffee, breakfast, pack up, and we've got a 11 to 15 mile hike across the island this morning to get over to the Scorpion Cove campsite. I've got a site 11 reserved at the lower site, so we'll see how that is. All the campsites here are really close together, so very social. lots of people talking, so that's different. Not very wild in that respect, but I bet I won't see hardly anyone when I'm walking across the island. Not very hungry, so I'm just going to do scrambled eggs this morning. Simple. Something to get me going. And then getting my snacks ready for the hike across. Cheetos, fig bars, and I've got my lunch was the other half of the pad thai. And then if I need more than that, I've still got like Rice Krispie treats and more fig bars that I can pull out as I go. About 7:15 in the morning. Got my coffee and my eggs. It is time to head out. Okay, so we've got options. We're going to take the main trail from Del Norte to start heading towards Scorpion Cove. And then we have really three options. There's the most direct route to go over the island. There is the north route that goes hugs the bluffs and you stay up top, or the longest option, which is probably 14 to 16 miles, goes to the south side of the island and potentially drops all the way down to the water. From what I've seen, it definitely drops down. I don't know if you can actually access the water, but that would be really rad. Some old infrastructure from when they had ranchers here. At some point they pulled the plug on that and turned it into a national park. They have a naval facility with a bunch of radar technology on top of the hill, I believe they said, for missile control. And then the other half of this island is owned by the Nature Conservancy, so now it's all protected and letting the land reclaim it. Alright guys, a little honest talk, maybe a little bit of TMI, but when you're out here, they would either want you to use their porta potties, or if you need to go number 2, to poop in a bag called a wag bag, blue bag, all similar to like if you have a dog and need to pick up their poo. So I unfortunately did not need to use the bathroom before I left camp. And now that I'm walking a little bit and have more coffee on board, feel that that could be brewing. But hopefully it'll be fine and I'll just get to Scorpion Cove, because honestly I do not want to have to poop in a bag and carry it for the rest of the trip and then dispose of it off the island. It's not ideal, but if the worst comes to worst, I do have a blue bag, so it's like just 2 plastic bags really, the blue bag that you put your waste in, and then another bag to bag it up a little bit more to trap the smells and whatnot, and so that if one bag bursts, you have a backup. So yeah, and then there's some considerations of like, do you just poop right in the bag, or do you poop on the ground like a dog and then pick it up? So yeah, if that happens, I will let you know which method I used, but yeah, got the options. So, but there is a pit toilet at the other campground 14 miles away per the route I'm planning to take. So yeah, let's try to make that. What you hunting? You're barely looking at me. Hi. You are so unbothered. So unbothered. Yeah, I don't got anything for you. A lot of the fox poop, which is everywhere here, has a bunch of seeds. So I'm wondering if it might be from this bush. They got these little hard nubbins. I'm wondering if that's what they're eating and munching up. They're like little hard, they look like berries, but they're hard pods. The fog's opening up a little bit more, so I can finally see more of the ocean out there. Nice. It's a really cool rock out here. It's changing as I go up, even just at, 1,300 feet of elevation. Over that last 100, it changed. This sliver that broke off, this piece of rock, I believe, almost looks like an arrowhead, but natives would take this and make it into tools. So it's really cool to find a piece that just kind of naturally broke off into that kind of shape. Hi, buddy. I ain't gonna bother you. You're beautiful. Man, and you're massive. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm just walking by. Well, somewhere here I gotta get up and over this ridge. I can see the trail in front of me. It goes up this ridge here, but not quite sure where it goes from there. I'll be honest, that looked way far away to get up here. It only took me like 15 minutes. So sometimes it looked way worse than it is. So obviously if you've got the water, you've got, the endurance under you, don't let some things intimidate you. Give it a go. And, try to push for something a little bit harder each time to see how your body does. Maybe don't do it on a remote island after you've already been going for 5 or 6 miles. But, go out to your local park with that steep hill that you keep avoiding. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. Wow. Okay. You guys, it's like a whole different planet over here. I think Mars is down there. Who knew? Just at the sign. Just at the sign for Scorpion, the most direct route, it's 4 miles. But this is where we go on an extra adventure. We're gonna go to the other side. Haven't seen a single person since I left camp. I kind of expected that. I think that's Anacapa out there. Oh, damn. That's bad. Some of the blue water down there looks just freaking amazing. Hope that's where I get to go. 1.2 miles to Smuggler's Cove, where we're going to take a break, and then Scorpion Beach, 4.7 miles, so the campsite should be a little bit closer than that. Now that I've made it to the beach, it's cold. That wind came in. It's hazy, the sun is covered up. So frustrating. For right now, let's just do some beach combing, see if we can find any shells. It's a pretty rocky beach. Just found one of these ones again with the spirals. You can see into it the way that it's eroded, so that's kind of cool. Sadly, a lot of trash that people have lost or thrown out gets washed up on beaches. And one of those is going to be a laundry basket. So what I'm thinking is, because that's kind of near my turnaround point, is I'm going to grab that laundry basket if it holds up enough and throw the garbage that is too big for me to pack out into that and leave it up above the surf line. Yeah, we're going to do that because it looks like it's got enough structure that we could throw some garbage in it and not let it sit out to sea. Already just picked up quite a bit just going down to the end of the beach and back, and there was so much I had to leave. So I'll just keep peanut pieces on my way back, and then keep filling it up and leave it up there. There's a little fox coming. Hey buddy, what's up? You scrounging too? You help me pick up garbage? Do you even know I'm here? Not a bad haul of garbage from the beach. Well, I just put the last of my 5 liters into my half liter, but it's only 3 miles to get back up to the campsite. So I think we'll be all right. And there's potable water there, so I think 5 liters was good. I might want to take 5.5, 6 tomorrow into Santa Rosa because it's 2 big mile days, so both over 10 miles, and so this is going to end up being a 13 to 14 mile day. So yeah, we definitely probably need that extra liter of water, even though it's going to be heavier, but we can do it. And hey, once it gets consumed, it's much lighter. The bag's been much easier to carry now that I've drinking almost all the water. The tide is definitely coming in, and these rocks are hard to walk on, so I'm just happy to get my feet wet. But yeah, I wanted to get down to the sand, but I think it'd be like over my, I think it would definitely be over my knees, and yeah, just not prepared for that. Those waves are strong, and yeah, got my feet wet. Looks good. Sun came out. I'm feeling a little bit warmer, so we're gonna hang out here for a little bit longer, and then we'll head up to the campsite. It's been less than 10 minutes since I left the beach, and now there is no wind. Full sun, all uphill. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. Now I'm dying. Oh, you guys. Little Foxy. Hi, buddy. Hi. You're so chill. Well, we've made it back to Scorpion. Let's see, there's a boat loading up to take people back. Found the potable water. While I was setting up my tent, the wind suddenly whipped up out of nowhere, and because this tent only has 2 poles at the front and a single support in the back, it's really sensitive to the directions of the gusts. I realized pretty quickly that if I kept it pitched the way I started, the whole thing would have been flattened, so I stopped, rotated the tent, and positioned the strongest side straight into the wind. It made all the difference. Once it was aligned, I could actually finish setting up camp. Now it's time for a little charcuterie. We got some salami, some and some crackers. It's only like 5:15, but we'll just hang out in here, stay warmer, and enjoy the evening and just read my book like I did last night and go to bed early. Gotta catch a boat tomorrow. Good morning. Let myself kind of doze and sleep in. I was up at like 4 or 5. Read my book a little bit, but now it's almost 7:30. I got a boat to catch at 9:15. There's my sunrise Rosa. Landed at Santa Rosa, just talked to the ranger, made sure that I had good plans and camping spots picked out. So I'm gonna go get my water filled up and start hiking. It's about 11 to 12 miles, so might be hiking into the dark, trying to find a camp spot in the dark. So we'll see. Have to hustle. Getting my water. Gonna do 6.5 liters since there's nothing out there. I'm gonna be 10 to 12 miles to get out there, 14 to 15 and back on the route that I do. So gotta take all the water. Okay, I'm just going to adjust a few things here in my pack and we gotta get going, we gotta hustle. I'm gonna be setting up in the dark at this point. We're ready to go. This is rad. It's like a floating pontoon over the canyon water. Ooh. That's fancy. So I am fully loaded with 6.5 liters of water. So by doing the math of 2.2 pounds per liter, I think that puts me at about 14.3 pounds of just water. All right, I'm up top. I feel like I'm on the high plains. You wouldn't even know that there's ocean surrounding us right now. It doesn't really feel like an island. Making good time. About 5 miles in under 2 hours. Most of the gain is done, so gotta get down another 5 miles or so to the beach, find a spot. Right now, if I stay at this pace, I will get there as the sun is setting and still have some dusky light to scope out a spot above the tide line and make sure I feel safe for the night. Heading down, just took a quick pee break and water refill break and grabbed my leftover mac and cheese from last night. It's already 2:38 and been snacking, but I really haven't had lunch and probably should get the calories in me even though I don't feel hungry. So I'm gonna eat on the go, try to beat the sunset and get closer to the water. This is an old corral from when they had the ranches active out here and they've just let it be. It's still standing. This is a little wild. The trail goes through Wreck Canyon. And these are like cattails. That's why I'm not doing this in the dark. I'm still 300 feet up, so just gotta get down the hill now. Wow, you guys, this is so cool. There's like this whole canyon system down below, and then there's these lower bluffs, and then smaller beaches. Fun trail to navigate. So I'm coming up on the first beach that I could potentially camp at. And I see a big old pod of seals sleeping on the beach. Now, to navigate around all of these seals to keep going. Fun. Passing through. Oh my god, this guy over here is massive. It's like a walrus. Passing through. I just need to go that way. Promise. I don't want to bother you. That's a cool shell. It's okay. It's another cool shell. As I trip. Okay, thanks for letting me. I'm going. Well, that was a little nerve-wracking, but I couldn't go back. I hope that the other beaches are more vacant. Otherwise, I might have to not be on the beach and see if I can camp on one of these bluffs. You guys, this is beautiful. Look at the waves of the curls over and the color. So pristine. Chasing the sun, don't know if I'm gonna make it, but it is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning out here. It's really lush through here. It's like a little oasis. Oh man, the sky's on fire. It's pinker than what's showing up on the phone, but it's glorious. Well, I'm coming up to another beach. There's a ginormous sea lion or seal beached right there. There's at least two. Well, the seals, the sea lions love these beaches, so I'm gonna take a spot up on the bluffs. No way I'm gonna get squished by big ass seal in the middle of the night. No thank you. On the map it says Johnson Lee's shop. Interesting. It's actually part of an old paved road that goes out here. Must be from whoever built that shop behind me. Hoping that there might be a nice spot at the end here up on the bluff to camp. If not, just off at this pavement there was a gravelly area that was gonna work for me to camp. Okay, there's just a small enough pad here. I think I can set up my camp. Really cool spot up on the bluffs. There's these lower beaches that have seals all in them. Huge waves crashing. The bluffs are like right here. And there's actually some old man-made structures here, probably also related to the building up top. So this might be a slight angle, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, got my tent set up. I'm on this bluff. Gonna wake up to the sunset. I had a really epic I'm gonna wake up to the sunrise in the east and the epic sunset over here to the west. Dinner of Champions. Got the chicken fajita bowl from Mountain House and throwing that into a burrito. I'll have half for dinner, the other half for lunch, and another tortilla. I say burrito, tortilla. I'm tired. It's 6:30, but I'm already wiped out. It's another 14-mile day. Pretty proud of myself though. I busted that out in like 4 or 5 hours. And I was able to set up the tent before the light was totally gone. So we're camping up on a bluff. The ocean is so loud. It's amazing. I don't know if I'll sleep very well or not, but it'll either be great white noise or I'll just keep waking up feeling like I'm gonna get hit by a rogue wave even though I'm super high up. So it shouldn't be a problem. Just a little irrational fear. It's a little after 4:30 and I've been sleeping, but it's been a lot of waking up. The waves are so loud, like sometimes I think it's like a big wind gust. But there's been no wind, it's just like steam engine. I'm gonna do a little bathroom break and try to sleep for a little bit more, catch the sunrise, and get moving after 6. Well, not much of a sunrise, but it's not raining, so that's good. Got my coffee, Just finished boiling my water for my egg scramble with taco seasoning kind of style in it, and I'm gonna mix that up and throw that into a tortilla for breakfast. And we'll see what happens with the weather. I hope that the Garmin prediction was correct, and it's only a little bit of spit and rain here at 6-ish, and then not until 8 when I'm cozy in my tent later. A couple things I would do differently. One, I wish I would have pulled a tide chart so I better understood, like, is the tide coming in or out? If the tide had been going out and there wasn't going to be another high tide overnight, then maybe I would have been able to pick a beach spot where there were less seals and it would have been fine. We did just have some king tides a week or so ago, and so like that water line I was seeing where like the kelp had been pushed up to, was that from when the king tides came through, or is that the normal? And then didn't even cross my mind that there might be seals everywhere. So there was no conversation with the ranger about that. But I would have liked to have been like, is it okay to camp on a beach where there are seals? For me, my prerogative is no, like, let nature be. Don't stress them out. Don't put yourself in a situation where if they are either, fighting each other or, thinking I'm a threat, I don't want to be in their way. They're massive. They would just have to roll over and squish me. Not that I would ever try to be that close, but you don't know in the middle of the night. So yeah, that was a big lesson, but I found a spot that I felt, didn't disturb nature that much versus being directly on the beach. I think that was the safest choice for me, and to respect the seals. So that's what happened. So there was a road that I was walked in on here, and just exploring around, and definitely was like an old pier or dock that they had here. It's way high up. You can see the structures there, and then deeper into the water where the waves are crashing. Deeper in the water there where the waves are crashing, you can see the pylons. This is a wild, wild place. Man, the ocean is so strong. The wind is picking up, so I need to definitely get my tent packed up sooner than later so it doesn't blow off the cliff when I unstake it. I'll be careful. I'll like sit on it, make sure it doesn't fly away. This isn't that bad. I've actually been in worse, so. Goodbye, Southeast Quadrant Beach camping area. It's been wild. We're gonna head out and start climbing up to go back over to the other side of the island where the Santa Rosa campground is. It's weird having like a paved road here, but nature's taking it back, so that's cool. Also, I'm gonna be walking in the clouds soon. I am fully immersed in the mist. Got about 50 to 100 feet visibility. Temperature's not bad except for when that wind kicks up a little bit and it chills me off. So I keep debating if I put another layer on, but so far so good. Definitely has a dystopian feel though, because like, you're walking on this old paved road that nature's reclaiming. So, it feels like something out of The Stand or zombie apocalypse where something creepy might come out of the mist at any moment. It helps knowing that the apex predator on this island is the little fox and the ravens. Not that they couldn't do some damage, but zombie foxes, that would not be great. They would just be nipping at your ankles. A little break in the wind, so I'm going to put a rain jacket on with a windbreak and also fill my water up. Definitely not drink enough water yesterday because I was hustling. open those vents up. All right, let's go. Every time there's a hill that comes up on this right-hand side, get a little bit of a windbreak and I'm chilled, so I'm going to switch my layers and put a longer sleeve shirt on. Wrong hole. This is why I also always bring gloves. You just never know. Well, the one nice thing about the mist is it makes the hills easier to manage, I guess, mentally, because you can't see them. Well, seems like the wind is either blocked or died down for a minute, but you can definitely see further. Gotta go way over there. It's so remote. I mean, you're technically stranded here. The boat drops you off, doesn't come back for 48 hours. And if the weather was gonna be even worse, it might be longer. They're gonna come early, pick us up tomorrow at 11. But man, you definitely gotta be prepared and have everything you need out here. Finally leaving the road to take some trail. And there's about 3 miles left to get back to the campsite and complete this loop. Yay! Hi, Foxy. We made it. But first, toilet. Guys, I have a treat for you. We have flushing toilets on Santa Rosa and sinks. Home sweet home for the night. Nice windbreak. Cool. Decided I was hungry first before I put the tent up, so doing my leftovers, the chicken fajita, throwing that into a wrap, finish off with Cheetos. Got my tent set up under the shelter partially. Best angle for the wind, and we're gonna go head down to the beach. Yay, a beach without a seal! Uh-oh, very, very rainy. This is so muddy. Look at that. That's exactly what I was worried about. Well, the rain has arrived. The rain's supposed to go overnight, but should be waking up to some sunshine after 7. Got dinner cooking, doing chicken coconut curry. Quite the weather-filled day, but glad to be back on the side of the island. They've got this really great wind block, so I'm actually mostly protected from the wind and rain here. So hopefully I won't be too soggy in the morning for packing up. It's about 6:45. The boat's gonna be leaving at noon for the early pickup because of the weather that we've been having. I'm gonna start packing up and then probably hang out in the tent for a little bit longer, make some coffee, breakfast, and then head out for either a drizzly walk or ideally a dry walk. And then I'm gonna leave my tent, especially if it gets dry, see if it'll dry out before I pack that up. I'll do that very last, make sure I'm back here like 10:30 because it's still like a 1.5 mile walk to the pier. It's almost 8 a.m. I got my camp ready to pack up, my tent drying. Of course, that whole time wasn't raining. Now that I'm gonna leave for my little hike, it's starting to dump again. That's just how it goes. I wasn't paying attention. Literally walked right by this little fox. And he ran right by me. I don't know if we're gonna make it. This mud is like quicksand. Look at my steps. And it's like clay mud. You sink into it, it sticks to the bottom of your shoes. So I'll try here in the grass and see if I can get a little further, but this mission might have to be aborted. I'm trying. I really want to see it all. But sometimes the conditions just tell you no. You guys, this hill's too steep and slippery. I mean, I just tried a few steps and I'm about falling on my ass. And there's no grass here that I can walk on. Sad face. I really wanted to go out to the Torrey Pines and get a couple more hours under my feet, but yeah, this is gross. So one of these other shelters has a picnic bench under it that's still dry, so I think I'm just gonna hang out there and kill some time until it's time to finish packing and walk over. Newest plan. Well, we've got a break in the weather. It is blue skies now, so I'm packed up. I'm gonna keep my rain gear on and head to the pier. Made it to the pier. Still got 45 minutes till the boat is supposed to show up to pick us up. Don't see it yet, but I'm ready.
Really nice to me when the high tension really look. I kind of have that little white color that's started up.
Okay, don't be like me and forget that you checked a bag at the Island Packers Ferry after you walk 30 minutes to get back to your hotel and then have to run over there before they close because you got to catch a train before they open in the morning. The things that happen when you're tired.